Hey everyone, welcome to Sleepy Time Reading. I am Mariam and I am an intuitive reader. I decided that it would be fun to do readings just before I fall asleep while I'm kind of looking a bit like this. I don't know why. It seemed fun. I have 3 objects here. I'm going to show you one by one. Pause the video if you need to and go with whichever you're drawn to. You might be drawn to more than one. Either way, there is a message or two for you. Object number 1, the wooden hut. Object number 2, the ceramic owl. It's very cute. Object number 3, an acorn. Oops. Sorry, acorn. Object number 1, the wooden hut. So this is what I received. There is a body of water. It's not really a water, it kind of feels like a really warm liquid. Kind of golden warm liquid, but it is rising, and it's getting closer and closer and rising to the point that it's overwhelming, it's suffocating, and as though you're under this liquid, under this body of watery substance, and it just feels that you're drowning, and I have this feeling as if somebody's screaming underwater. It's just really intense and very overwhelming. But as soon as you start crying, as soon as you kind of let go of the resistance of holding back the tears, as soon as you let go of that and you cry, it's like all that water or whatever that substance is, that overwhelming substance, it just disappears. Just disappears as if somebody just pulls that plug and all of that is gone, and you can breathe, and it feels like a whole new day, a dawn of a new day. It really feels fresh. And you can take a deep breath. It's for someone that perhaps is finding expressing emotions difficult. It could be a very intense, overwhelming time. Maybe there's a build-up of a situation. It could be there's a lot of intensity. There is this feeling of being suffocated, a kind of very claustrophobic feeling, and this feeling of being powerless or just needing to scream, like how this sense of as if you scream underwater, as if nobody can hear you, and if nobody can really get you, you might feel isolated. There is this feeling of, also there's a bit of victimhood, as if this feeling of being a victim, or just it could be different feelings for each person, or it could be combination, but whatever it is, there is an intense situation with the buildup of this overwhelming intensity. But the turning point is when you accept how you feel, accept your the overwhelm, when you acknowledge it and you let go. Let go. And I think definitely there's encouragement for crying. So it's important to cry. It's important to express emotions more than anything to yourselves. It's not for anyone else. This is more of an inward journey. But it could be that maybe you need to express how you feel to others. There are people around you, personal relationships or work, that you need to express how you feel instead of just taking on so much and taking on a lot of pressure. So I think expressing how you feel and also showing vulnerability, I think it shows a lot of strength, and it will free you once you acknowledge and once you express the emotions. And I think it could relate to somebody who's not shedding tears. So it could be you're holding back tears. It might be in regards to grief, loss, just frustration, different reasons for tears. So if you're holding back the tears, you will have this buildup of tears inside you. And you might feel as if you're suffocating in your own tears. If you don't let it out, just cry. It's okay, you'll feel much better. And once you do that, once you accept, once you release, once you acknowledge, once you address the feeling, then there is a dawn of a new day. You're going to feel this fresh energy. Possibilities start opening, as if you can see the horizon. You can breathe more than anything. Once you let go of all that weight, I can take a deep breath in. Sometimes we're just finding it difficult to stop and check in with ourselves and just shed some tears. We're holding back a lot sometimes. We're running around, being busy, getting it done, keeping calm and carrying on. Don't do that. Stop and cry if you need to. Yeah. Pause. Much love. Now, object number 2, the ceramic owl. So I see that you are suspended in midair from one leg, and you're going round and round and round upside down. Oh, it's horrible. It kind of feels obviously you feel very dizzy. You feel you're very stuck, and it kind of and upside down. Oh, it's difficult. It's really difficult, and things just repeating and repeating and not going anywhere. And there's this feeling very dizzy. Oh, so many mixed feelings, so uncomfortable. And then you just decide to stop. You make a decision. It's like, no, I had enough of this. And as though up to that point you were feeling powerless. You didn't realize you had the power to say no, no. And then you realize, oh, actually I can say no. And find that power inside, and you say no. And then you detach your leg from, like, you undo the knot that is suspending you from the leg. And then you're holding on to this rope that is midair, suspending. I don't know where the rope is connected. And you're holding onto that rope, looking down, and you can see there is like a big drop, and you let go. Because that's the only way to move forward. So you fall, and you're very prepared, because you've been, in a way, it felt like you were falling for some time, and you just want to get to the bottom of it. You just want to end that fall so you could go to the next level. And part of you is thinking, this is it. I'm going to hit the ground, and that's the end of it. And you hit the ground, and you're fine. You're fine. You're in one piece. There's a solid ground. And it's not that bad. You don't hurt yourself. And then you realize you don't know how to walk, because you've been suspended and going round and round in circles up in the air, in midair, that you just don't know how to be on a solid ground. So you're falling, just like sailors, that when they spend a lot of time on off land, on the sea, they feel very dizzy. Maybe not every time, but yeah, you would get land sick and can't walk. And it's hard to be on a solid ground. So you're losing your balance. You don't know how to walk a straight line. So you realize, I need to sit down. I need to sit down and get used to being on a solid ground. And it feels nice to be still and have a solid foundation. And you're noticing that the night and day is passing you very quickly. And again, you're observing this passing of time and changing of cycles, the cycle of day and the cycles of night. You're observing it, and it seems by observing it you're also understanding how this dimension of land works. How is it to be on land and experience all the cycles and the passing of time? And maybe part of you is also thinking, oh, the time is passing very quickly. There's a little bit of that as well. But there is a part that is just observing, and start moving as soon as it's time and as soon as you're ready. So you get up, you can walk a straight line, you're no longer wobbly, you're no longer land sick, and you notice that there is a path opening in front of you. And you're aware of the cycles again, because you're noticing the night and the day. You're aware of it. And in a way, it feels like you are following the rhythm of night and day, or the passing of cycles. And you end up on your path, and the path is looking very clear, it's looking very straight. And you're so joyful, and you're running on it. You're running on it, running towards the light. How great is that? I feel this was someone that maybe you're feeling that you're really stuck in a cycle of maybe going round and round in circles, and it kind of feels uncomfortable. It's not an easy going round and round because you're suspended upside down and going round in this circle, and it's the speed of it, and it feels nauseating, and it's not pleasant. It's a very unpleasant cycle that seem to be repeating, and you're really sick of it. You're sick of it. It's nauseating, and it feels you're stuck in this. So this could relate to work, to any kind of any part of your life. It could be relationships, but it's just going round and round, not getting anywhere, and being sick of it. And suddenly you realize, oh, you have the power to say no. It seems that it didn't even occur to you that you can have a say. You're gonna stop it all. And getting out of that situation comes very naturally. It's very straightforward. Maybe up to that point it kind of feels impossible, and it feels like you're enslaved to this rhythm, and that's it. There's nothing you can do about it. But suddenly you find a power in you to change it, to put an end to that, and you decide, and you detach yourself, and you let go. So you let go of a pattern, let go of a situation, an unhealthy situation that's taking you nowhere. You decide, I had enough. Enough is enough. It's a difficult step, and that frustration and that frustration is going to really help you to take you to the next step, which is letting go, detaching and letting go. Detachment is very hard. It's something we're used to. We can't see any way out of it. It takes us a long time to realize we have control over a situation. Just be patient, because you will get there. You notice that, your soul knows what to do. But what's coming is amazing. You're going to be aligned with your own path. Once you're entering the new phase of finding stability and finding yourself, again, it's not going to be easy, because you're so used to that unhealthy rhythm that it's so difficult and challenging, and it's out of your comfort zone to be on a solid ground. It's really out of the comfort zone, and all you need to do is just to be patient. You just need to be patient, be still, and get used to your new rhythm. You don't need to get up. It seems that you're so impatient. You kind of feel like, I've wasted so much time. I just need to get up and go. And no, you don't. You just need to chill out a little bit, just to you're in a new territory, and you need to understand how this territory works. You need to understand the physics of it in a way. You need to know what it's like to be on land. Your body needs to get used to it. So just give yourself a little time to adjust. There's no rush. It might seem there is, but there isn't, because it's not productive. You don't know how to move forward. You're just so wobbly. You're just gonna bump into everything and hurt yourself. Sorry, I'm laughing because it's kind of I've been in the, I kind of feel like I've been there, and you're it. Yeah, just be still, some deep breaths, and just be. You don't need to do anything. You don't need you don't need to run around, and you don't need to push yourself around. You just need to be very still and sit down. And by being still in yourself, you're going to settle, and then you're going to understand. And some time is going to pass, okay? You're just going to be very conscious of the passing of time, the night and a day, and a night and a day. And that might kind of worry you a little bit that I'm wasting my time. But don't worry. Some cycles need to pass. And I think there's something about observing these cycles. There's something about observing the night and the day. I'm not sure exactly what that means. But maybe there's something you're going to learn if you observe the night and day. And the other thing that comes to my mind is also the contrast of the night and the day, and the boundaries of them, and the differences and the qualities, and how one cannot exist without the other. Maybe there is a little bit of understanding about the duality, the nature of duality, and how it is part of our world and this dimension, and how important it is, and to acknowledge that. So maybe there is a little bit of that. Maybe by observing the night and the day, maybe you can you can gain a deeper understanding of the duality. Perhaps standing, something clicks when you observe these cycles. And once you're all settled, you're no longer wobbly, you can stand up and you can actually move forward without falling on your face or going sideways. You're ready to move forward. And as soon as you're ready, the path, your own very path is clear in front of you. This golden path. We all have a golden path. Everyone has a golden path, and it's in front of you, ready, welcoming you, and you can just roll on it, and it's taking you forward very fast, because once you're on your own path, it's just acceleration and moving forward to the horizon. And yeah, there is this sun, as if you're moving towards the sun, and you're full of joy. It's a beautiful journey. Much love. Object number 3, the acorn. Now, this was a bit trippy. I was really dozing off now. It was hard. This was hard to keep my focus, which is interesting. So this is what I saw. You are in this desert, and there's a hole, and you start digging and digging and digging. It feels like as though you're digging for an oil well. It really feels like an oil well. So you dig in this well, and there is a pipe. There is like a lid. There's a metal lid, and you open the lid, and there is this wide pipe, and you enter, and it's just pitch black. It's like tarry black. It really feels like it's like an oil well. So you enter this dark. It's pitch black. There's just nothing, and you enter it, and there is this feeling of there's an uneasy feeling. There's this entering into this darkness, this pure darkness, and you enter that, and you immerse into it. Like when you go somewhere really dark and you can't tell where you end, like where is your body, like you completely immerse yourself in the dark, and it's beautiful in a way, because you start seeing the light. You start as if you're entering the place where you can see people, you can see colors, you can see life, and you're seeing different different moments, and they're like different family moments, as if there are people gathering around. But imagine that all of these scenes that you see, all these moments, all these people that you see, they're all kind of glowing in the dark. They're still in pitch black environment, and everything is like shimmering. There is this kind of glowing image, like glowing people, glowing outlines of people, and you can see the glimpses of people, and it's beautiful because you can see so much color, and it seems that all these people are made of color, and or they're like drawn with crayons on a dark black background or on a blackboard, something like that, and it really has a certain charm, and as if you can see so much emotions, you can see the dynamic of everything, and you're yeah, you're blending in this world of connections in that dark, very dark realm. And then you come out of this well kind of as though you are, as you're coming out of the well, as if you're bringing a big chunk of, like a big diamond with you. So you have that in your hand when you come out of the well, and you really feel like there's so many people standing behind you. You're moving forward in this desert, and it's kind of getting brighter and brighter, and you can see like there's more vegetation and there's more life happening around you, and you're holding this big chunk of diamond, and there's an army of people. Army, I mean, like there's a huge group, layer after layer, like rows after rows of people, and it seems that they're all your ancestors. It really feels like this is all they're all the ancestors you've had throughout ages, and it's endless, and it just goes on forever, and they all got your back, and they're all marching with you. You're marching with them. You're leading the march, and everybody's following you, and they got your back, and there is a beautiful support that you're receiving from them, and inspiration and drive to move forward. So it's, in a way, it looks like a journey into the dark. So it could mean that it's a dark journey. So it could be a kind of therapy, like a little bit of, like, it could be a ceremony. It was quite shamanic, it was quite symbolic, and it really felt like there was a ritual happening. It's very ritualistic in a way, of the act of entering that well and the willingness to do that. There was this feeling of as if everything was a ritual. It was like an initiation into something. And once you enter that well, like willingly entering that dark well, which is terrifying because we're always scared of the dark, especially when we can't see an end to something or really define the space, and we don't know where we're going. But you're diving into the unknown, and there is a great deal of courage and willingness and intention to explore that dark. And I think in that darkness you find the light. I've always believed that when you're in a dark, lights look beautiful. Light really looks beautiful in the dark. If you have all the colored lights, beautiful colored lights in the daylight, they have no. It's just pointless, isn't it? You can't really see them. They don't do anything. But when it's dark, oh, the beauty they bring. They can only um, be used, they can really be used successfully at night, those lights, for you to create beauty. During the day, nobody's going to see it. It's a bit pointless. It's a waste of energy. So you're able to just tap into that. You're able to just kind of, in a way, as you're introduced into this whole new world of possibilities, and it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. But there is this exploration. There is this learning of knowing that you shouldn't be running away from the dark. You're by embracing the dark. By embracing the dark, you can embrace more beauty into your life, and more adventure and excitement, and you're really aware that it's up to you to create it, and you can choose to stay in a place that nothing much happens, or you decide to move forward, and it's beautiful. The transition and the just just the realization and the journey to find all those beautiful lights in the dark was very beautiful. And also holding on to that essence and bringing it with you. It's very gorgeous, like just having that connection. But yeah, I hope that resonates with you. It really feels there was this sense of celebration, um, unification, uniting with the family, and reaching out to the world to share your gifts. And so don't give up and just keep spreading the light, keep being you, unapologetically you, because there's just so much wisdom and beauty in each and every one of us. And I think by diving into the dark, by embracing any dark matter, we learn and grow, and we find beauty in that darkness that no one can take away from us. I wish you all the best. خیلی 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 عشق. Love you all.